the Irish coffee is the archetypal Irish cocktail, but it's also the one that's globally worst made.
So we're here at 250 Square Coffee, which myself and Adam run. Jameson's always been around, but this really kind of speciality coffee is only coming up through, and it's going to be lovely to mix those together.
Good, we'll all have our piece to say, so we're excited. We know what we have here, and we know how good the coffee does taste. I think we're going to have a great drink.
I could see that there was a lot of potential to have a bit of fun here, trying to match flavours up. There will be some similarities between coffee and whiskey that people may not think exist. At the end of the day, whenever we have all agreed, hopefully we'll come up with the perfect Jameson Irish coffee. There are two basic components that make up the blend of Jameson. That's Irish grain whisky and Irish pot still whisky. And they're entirely different. And whenever they're put together in the Jameson original blend, it's a matter of getting a balance. You know, you'll get the vanilla, you'll get the charred oak, the heavier fruity notes, and the pot still spices there.
Because this is a cupping that we do to assess the flavours in the coffee. And now we assess it and you suck it in. Okay. It's okay to make a lot of noise.
Yeah, like a pig when we do.
Yeah. It's the louder the better. So you spread it in across all your taste buds and then you assess it. You get Brazilian, Ethiopian, Guatemalan and Kenyan. But can you get the different mouthfeels, Billy, in that? It's very, each one is very unique. So which is your favourite here out of these four?
This one and this one.
This certainly would be my preference here.
A double shot is 20 grams and a double spade pour. So the first third of a shot is called ristretto, which means restricted. So it's super strong, really punchy flavours. The second third of a shot would probably be the smoothest and best to drink. And then the last bit isn't balanced either. So the middle, it needs a combination of three. It's almost the same as you.
Same as you whiskey.
They're extremely different shots. They need a balance of all three bits.
What we need to do is make a series of them, look at what sweetness we add to it, taste that with the whiskey, then add the whiskey into that.
Yes.
And see how they play.
Yeah.
And then I think the final thing is that cream. Where we ended today would actually turn you back onto Irish coffee. Well, we'll reconvene.
Yeah.
At a time to be confirmed. I've got the recipe, which I'm not going to share with you. Guys, it's great to see you here back at 250 Square Coffee. We chose the Guatemalan coffee in the end. Maybe you could summarise why we thought that was the best coffee to use in the Irish coffee.
They have everything that we look for. It's naturally sweet, good acidity and a good body. I think that balances well with the whiskey.
The flavour profile's really suited Jameson, I thought.
What we've looked at so far is a very good balance between what the coffee is offering and the contribution from the Jameson whiskey itself.
I think we tasted about 6 or 7 different sweetening elements. We ended up with 2 parts Demerara to 1 part Muscovado, and what I actually ended up doing is just literally adding a little bit of hot water and dissolving it, so you actually end up with 1 part water to 1 part of the sugar mix, which will make it easier for us to make the coffee. I think most of the time people serve it in too large a vessel. We've actually chosen a glass here that's about the size of a cappuccino cup. Well, the only thing I did slightly adjust at the very end was to bring out those notes that you actually mentioned in the whiskey. Now, we could obviously pick up a teaspoon and stir it with a teaspoon, but I've just chosen a couple of spices that I thought brought out the whiskey element. So it would be very nice to stir it with the whiskey with a vanilla pod, which would bring out the more vanilla notes. Or if you prefer the spicier note, then a little bit of cinnamon to stir it, which I think makes the drink look a little bit better, and it will just add an extra flavour note at the very beginning. Should we make one? Right, guys, well, congratulations. I think we've done a job really, really well done here. It's phenomenal. Well, I'll drink this one, but perhaps in a minute we'll make 4 of them so we can all enjoy one. Your good health, guys.